Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new podcast, Soulful Thoughts from Ireland. Each week, I will bring new stories and reflections as we embark upon this grand pilgrimage of life and death that we are all on. I felt it important to begin with my departure, as we cannot arrive anywhere unless we depart. And we are experiencing so many departures from our lives in this moment. Here is a quote from John O'Donoghue to begin our journey today. Until we allow some of nature's stillness to reclaim us, we will remain victims of the instant and never enter the heritage of our ancient belonging. Until we allow some of nature's stillness to reclaim us, we will remain victims of the instant and never enter the heritage of our ancient belonging. It seems to me that as humanity has been unable to reclaim the stillness and release our wanting and needing everything in the instant moment, life has simply taken over and is forcing us to do it. And so we are coming to know departure. We are departing from everything we have known as what we have considered normal. But is constant motion and living at an accelerated pace normal? Is having everything instantaneously within our computer reach normal? It has been a long time coming, this redress of balance. In times of crisis, our hearts instinctively curl inward, like an animal that knows harm is on the horizon, making itself as small and as indistinguishable as possible. We humans yearn for and draw within to the safety of our homes and the familiarity and solidity of family and friends. But what if we do not have these? So many alone, so many displaced in our world. May we spend a few moments of each day praying for these ones, loving these ones. May the fear depart from their hearts and minds. May the fear depart from our own heart and mind. And now on to other departures. For some of you, you will know of what I speak next. For others, it will be your first time hearing it. In October last year on Samhain, the Celtic celebration of the Day of the Dead or All Souls, my Irish grandmother, who has been long deceased, came to me and told me, "It is time to go home, to the land and the sea." She then showed me what appeared to be Ireland. However, as New Zealand has very similar geographical vistas, I felt a query within me whether it was actually New Zealand, my birthplace, that she was drawing me to, or to Ireland itself. She then played Celtic music in my ear and revealed the many faces of my ancient Celtic lineage, my heritage of belonging. Thank you, Granny. That clears that up. And so my preparations began for a lengthy visit to Ireland in the spring and summer of 2020 to look at the possibility of moving there in the future. And then everything changed. The month of March was here. My trip to Ireland was way off there, the end of April. I was alone. No family. Needing to depart from my rental the end of April. No solidity. I felt a gripping sensation, like I was being pulled. It was urgent. It was a knowing that if I did not leave now, I would not leave at all for a very long time. All I heard and knew and felt was, go now. I watched as airlines pulled flights one after another, and so with great trepidation, I booked a ticket. I now had to teach an online class, tend to my mentoring, take care of details, find a place to stay, rent a car, pack up my life and put it in storage, and get to the airport. All in 3 days. Whew. Oh, I could see overwhelm lurking in my peripheral view. And breathe. And breathe some more. An inner knowing came and brought the gift of calm. A friend also came and gave the gift of her help for a whole day. Thank you, dear Pam. The tornado tearing through the cottage and wreaking havoc would not have subsided without your valuable assistance. As I taught the online class the night of purchasing my flight, one of the participants casually commented that we are all home now. What? What did she mean, we are all home now? After the class, I investigated and discovered indeed an advisory was in place for essential travel only. I didn't get that national memo. Sometimes we are shrouded with a veil in order to do what is needed. Had I known this, I would not have booked my ticket. In those 3 days, in amongst the packing and sorting, subtle voices came asking, is this not irresponsible traveling now? What if I unknowingly spread the virus? Am I going simply because I want to go? Is this an incredibly selfish act? These voices, however, held no weight. My inner knowing was strong and firm. This was not self-serving. I was being called back home. This was essential to get back to my heritage and true family. And I knew deep within that with proper physical protection and the greater protection of prayer, all would be well. I also knew fear was promoting unclear vision and panic in people. I knew I could not fall prey to this collective energy swarming our lives in media. I had purchased the Celtic Tree Oracle a few months prior, which brings forth the wisdom of the native Celtic trees. I had been drawing cards and familiarizing myself with this wisdom daily. Oddly, the last card in the deck is the sea. I had marveled that I had never drawn this card, given my great connection to the ocean. Sitting amongst the boxes and chaos in my cottage, I drew a card. And yes, the sea. Its message? This card indicates hidden knowledge, available when the moon and the sea are full. These are hidden depths and resources, especially those with which you were born, those that you inherited. The sea is a link between your place of birth and the lands to which you will travel on your spiritual passage. It represents the lunar and the feminine, and physical travel itself, going over the seas. I packed the oracle into my heart and into my bag. One last sneaky question arose, and that question was, where can I best serve at this time? Without hesitation, the answer was Ireland. And I clearly saw that my staying in the state of New York was murky, heavy, not my place to be. Ireland was clear, open, and my soul sank deeply into my place there, deep into my ancient belonging. There is no better place to be than where we belong. Then we can truly bring forth our soul goodness for others. Letting any judgment from myself or others fall from my shoulders. I knew what was right. It seems to be the story of my mystic life. Always traveling in the opposite direction of the world. And that is exactly what is needed right now, for us each to journey in the direction we are called. Naturally, I'm not talking about physical travel here. The question, where can I best serve at this time, can also translate as, how can I best serve at this time? A question for each one of us. I remember a nun telling me, the best way to pray is the way you pray best. So, in these times, what do we do best? What is our natural gift of being? Therein lies the answer for each one of us. And so I departed from New York, and have not had one doubt or regret since. May it be the same for each of you, whatever you are being called to at this time. And please remember, let go of should, and listen to the song of your soul instead. Maybe you need to sleep and rest and integrate all the shock of the sudden departures we are all facing. And remember, we need to depart before we can arrive. I welcome you to join me next Thursday for my arrival in Ireland. Some beautiful stories. Wishing you all good health, safety, and steadfastness of spirit. Slán.